Okay.
Who was it? Upton? Colonel Upton?
Emery Upton?
Yes. They got a nice monument there with his photo on it. Nobody goes for it.
Okay.
Okay. So, of course, you have that.
Oh, this is nice. Just after yesterday, my goodness.
Yes.
Felt like Disneyland up here, man.
Oh, yeah. and once they redid it, it seems like they lost a lot of parking.
Yeah.
Like my experience. I mean, they did a beautiful job, but of course, you got your Warren. Everybody likes to sit with Warren.
Yeah, it's beautiful up here, man.
Oh yes, gorgeous this time.
What time do the gates open? Like right at sunrise to get up
Half
here?
hour- well, the park roads open a half hour prior to sunrise,
Okay.
so
Good to know that.
you can get here and drive, park, and they really don't bother you.
We have the option to stay one more day. I just figured today is going to be it's a weekend day. It's going to be mobbed again all day. But I like your ideas. So maybe we'll stay that one more day, because how often am I going to drive the 800 miles to get here from St. Louis?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you don't get that opportunity.
No.
And something that recently happened over maybe the last 4 years, 5 years, is right down here. Okay. You see that pond?
Yeah.
Beavers
Noticed that.
returned.
Oh my goodness, that's what
Yes.
that is.
Yes. Beavers enjoyed it and they came back.
Noticed it as we drove through. I said, boy, this was all clogged up. Did it get a lot of rain? I had no idea.
Yeah.
But,
Nah, it's the beavers. And you can, when you drive by, and you can see where those people are standing.
yeah.
Walking right now.
Mm-hmm.
But just to the right of them, right through the trees, you'll see a big mound of dirt.
I got you.
And I'm
I see it.
assuming that's where their little...
So is the plan ultimately to roust them, or
No.
would they? I guess they look.
haven't heard anything
They're
like
part of
it
the
yet.
landscape.
Yeah. But you do have a beautiful view up here.
Spectacular.
And, there is like a slight little trail system, like right around through here, where you can get to these other monuments.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing right now. I mean, the plan is to check out and head home today, but man, I do want to stay one more day. I'm here. I have
Yeah.
the time. I don't have to go back to work till Thursday.
Yeah. And where that red truck is,
Oop.
right down here.
Yes, sir.
Devil's Den.
Right.
If you go off to the rear right or left bumper driver side, there's a 4th Main monument.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right by the road, you see a little patch of rocks. And there's a carving for when they dedicated that monument.
Okay.
One of the old survivors carved 4th Main. And there's...
I never saw that one. And I had Tim Smith taking me around the battlefield back in the day.
Oh, you were lucky.
I was lucky, man. In 1992, in November, I got my first guided tour, and it happened to be Tim Smith. And we hooked up. We were like-minded. He was like telling me, dude, you should move here. My buddy Gary's moving here.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're because back then I really knew my shit. He's like, oh, you'd pass the test right now. I'm telling you, you should move here. And I wanted to move here.
Yeah.
I started the process of the test and getting the information from, but then I changed my mind.
Paper on me. I have paper on my thing. I'll write down a little website for you.
Okay.
There's a gentleman named Randy Dreas, an older guy now, in the late 70s, but he did a website called Battle of Gettysburg Buff.
Mm-hmm.
Has nothing to do with the battle. It has everything to do with the park. Stone etchings, rock carvings, the dinosaur bridge.
Yeah.
You name it, he's got it in there. It's just a fantastic reference site.
Is it in the visitor center or? Oh, you said it's just the website. Website.
Yes. And it's a fantastic.
I got the
site.
name on here, so.
Yep. Like I said, I'll write it down for you too. And about 7, 8 years ago, I wanted to understand a little bit more of the Cal reactions up near Hunterstown.
Mm-hmm.
And you read things, but it's better when you're there and get a perspective. And Randy was very gracious to take my wife and I on like an all-day tour.
Very nice.
So, long story short, it's gave me the website. and it's invaluable. It
Okay.
is. But right up here, if you want to keep on walking,
All right.
show you these other. You've probably seen them.
Yeah, the Hazlitt or Hazlitt or however you say it.
What's nice about that, they recently redid it.
Yeah,
I don't know if they still got the wood around.
that little they do. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean I was amidst the throngs when I saw it yesterday, so it'll be a lot nicer today.
That's really good. You got.
All the new waysides look awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I can freeze frame it and do a still out of that later.
That's a smart idea.
Oh man, I was thinking, well, this is my last October trip up here for sure. It's my birthday week, so
Happy birthday.
well, thank you, sir.
Great.
I do like to come up here, but I mean, I might have to change it, like you said, to June. I don't like the heat either, so I was thinking of November.
Well, that's great.
Been up here a couple of times between Christmas and New Year's. Always nice to walk through the woods there. You can got good visibility.
We still got the wood around. Yeah. One thing that's really nice, like you just mentioned November, you get to meet a lot of townspeople.
Mm-hmm.
Gearing up for the holidays, they make it really nice.
Awesome.
They do. That's one of the better things.
I don't know. How long have you been living out here?
We moved out here about 6 months ago.
Oh man, so you're a fresh recruit.
Yes.
I know you've been out here many times, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, before that.
Yeah, I first came here on I guess you could call it a field trip from high school
Wow.
in 1976. And that's been it. That's been hooked. I was fortunate enough when I was in the military to be stationed in the South
Okay.
for a couple of years. I got to see a lot of wonderful things down there too.
Grab these here. Oh man. Yeah, that time in December that I came out here, and I'd already met Tim Smith the last trip, and we really bonded, and he took me over to his house, and you know, then he took me to a party that they were having at the Farnsworth, Sweeney's Tavern. It was like a Christmas party, and Greg Coco was there, William Frazanito, all these Gettysburg luminaries, historians. I got to meet them, and I'll never forget that, you know. And I was on the track to move here, and who knows, I still may. Every time I come here, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to move here. But after the visit with the crowds, I was like, maybe I'm going to rethink that. But it's only like that a couple of times a year, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course the summer. But, you know, this time of year also for the fall, it's more
Even just
couples,
okay.
less children.
That's all good. But man, oh man, it was a little bit frustrating, I have to say. I hate to say that, standing here on Little Round Top. I hate to use the word frustrating.
Yeah.
Man. And there's a place to stay. The Bushman Farm is just over the. Man, the fact that you can stay there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Squirrels.
It's like an artillery round just hit up there.
Oh,
Man, oh man.
it's really nice. And we have friends coming in next week, or this week, I should say now. And,
Okay.
they're coming down. This will be their third time. So that'd be nice. Get to show them a little different. You know.
So which way would you suggest me taking the path here? So I've done the 20th Main the other day, which I want to see. I've never really gone to these monuments. Oh, sorry, but well,
No,
if you don't mind, I got you. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike. All right, I'm Eddie. Very nice talking to you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's nice when you're up here to see things. And
Yes, sun just coming up. Oh, this is night and day from yesterday.
Do you know the actual location where Strong Vincent was killed?
So it's not on that rock next to the 44th New York?
Yep. Right over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that was the other little point I was going to take.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, a lot of people think, oh, he was down here. And it's like, no.
Now, Tim Smith really, like on that first tour, we had, the first tour was 2 hours. The next day, he's like, I want to take on a 3-hour tour, no charge. I mean, we bonded, you know?
Nice.
I mean, I was communicating with him on this trip, and he's like, yeah, come to the Farnsworth, ask for me.
Yep.
But even just that area was so mobbed with people. I just said, I'm going to tell him, sorry, man. You know,
Yeah.
the crowd scared me away. But
And if you,
Maybe
if
I'll
you
stay
do
one
come
more
back,
day.
like in between like June and this time of year, make sure you check the park ranger programs.
They just have those in the visitor center.
So
Posted.
they're real good. And also with the park, they do like the living historian schedule. So this way, if you're trying to plan it around something, like what is it? Next weekend, up here at the Pennsylvania Monument, they're having, I think it's first U.S. Artillery.
Okay.
No specific battery, but they're going to be there doing their demonstrations and things, which is a lot nicer when you know who's coming around.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, they had over there by Long Street, and what was it?
That controversial monument.
Yeah, the Second U.S. Sharpshooters. They were portraying Company B, the Pennsylvania Company, and standing there, we're talking, and the guy goes, "Oh, here comes our ranger, Matt Atkinson."
Oh yeah, oh the legend.
Needless to say, I got talking with him. I missed everything that they were doing as far as their demonstrations, and tactics, and stuff like this. And it was just like
He's something
so
else.
wonderful. You know?
I saw as we came here to the 20th Main, Hoptack.
Oh yeah.
He was doing the talk. I shook his hand. I was like, "Hey man, I've seen your stuff on YouTube. Love your stuff." He kind of got a chuckle out of that. I said, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Because I saw his wheat field video many times. He has got a
Yes.
wheat field video on YouTube, and that's one of the areas I was really trying to understand after my last visit, and I feel like I do now.
Yeah.
But
With this Randy Dreas, he goes, "Oh, are you doing the Eisenhower farm?" I said, "Yes. You know, it's Christmas. Me and my wife want to see it." He goes, "Let me check something." About an hour later, I get an email from John Heiser.
oh, not
He
bad.
goes, "When you go there, ask Dan Vermilia." He goes, "He's the ranger out there." I'm like, "I know Dan. I've read his Antietam book."
Okay.
You know, and this is going through my head. I'm like, I can't wait to finish this email. And here he goes, "Ask him about the Slaughter Pen Rock." Now, you're not supposed to take any rocks or
Well,
anything,
right.
of course. But with Eisenhower, since President, General, big advocate for the park,
Right.
he moved here. Well, they did remove the mounting rock. And off, they don't call it Wheatfield Road, but it's the extension that goes onto between the two portions of the
Okay.
farm. It has a plaque on it. This is the Eisenhower farm, blah, blah, blah. Well, I asked Dan, I said, "Oh, where'd that rock come from?" And he's like, "I have no damn idea." And I go, "John Heiser says it's from the Slaughter Pen area."
Whoa.
And he goes, "Then it's true."
There's
He goes, "I never knew it."
a few people who, whatever they say, you know it's going to be true. That's awesome.
And it's,
I know Tim took me down there as well. He loves Big Round Top. We went up to the top of there.
great.
Man, oh man.
It's nice, and as you can see now, how when nobody's around,
This is it, man.
Just eye-catching.
This is the place. I left my girlfriend back at the hotel. I said, "You sleep in. I like these morning treks by myself."
yeah,
And she's not really. Sorry to say this on the footage. She's not really that into it, so it takes it sucks a little energy out of it when you're with somebody who's
Yeah.
doesn't get it.
yeah, yeah. It's like my wife's not interested per se with the battle, but she does like certain areas to sit here.
Sure.
You know,
Well, as a park, it's still a strong presence,
Sure.
just as a park. But when you understand like what happened, when you really start to see it in your mind, it becomes a whole other thing.
yes. And,
So
like I have a second great granduncle. His name is Major Sorber, and he was with the 143rd Pennsylvania, and he was
Okay.
killed
First
or
day?
He was seriously wounded on the first day of the battle, and then on August 12th over at Camp Letterman, he passed away there.
wow.
And I found that he is buried in the cemetery. So we go to the cemetery. We got the old-fashioned clippers, keep the stone nice and clean and washed out and all this kind of stuff. And you know, people will walk by and they look at you like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, it's your relative, man. you know, got to take care of them.
That's very cool.
So it's amazing.
Relative, man. Jeez. I found just happened in studying. I got the casualty books, the Union casualties of Gettysburg 3-volume, the Confederate casualties 4-volume, and happened to find someone that I work with. I was like, huh. And the last name is Day, kind of an unusual last name. I said that was a Melville Day. That was of the 20th Maine. I just happened to see it, and she's like, "Well, it might be relations down the line." So then I walked into the cemetery. I was doing a cemetery hill walk yesterday, 2 mornings ago, and just happened to walk in, and there it is. You know, so that's very cool. That there's a group of people that are keeping everything, you know, up to clean, and
Yes.
like I said, because the kids, they don't know any better. Most of them.
Yeah.
There'll always be that one that'll be like, I'm
yeah.
gonna come back here.
I like it when you see like the little kids running around with the pop guns and the hat on. And I'm like, wait, just maybe they might be the future Rangers.
You never know.
It's really nice.
Well, I'm gonna head off this way. He said the trail does go that way. Does it go all the way down the hill?
No, it doesn't go all the way down, but there's like a little trail system if you head over and
That's where I pick up the. Can I pick it up this way?
Yeah, you can pick it up over here. It'll take you to the other two.
Yeah, I've actually never. I don't think I've walked down to those.
Yeah, it's like not an extensive thing. It just leads you to the monuments. But as you know from coming here, people don't go to something that you might have to walk on.
True. Yeah. That's why there are a lot of good areas to go to, I guess, where people aren't. Like the Rose Woods, to me, is a very, very powerful area to visit, especially when you look at the Elliott burial map.
Yeah.
And you see that almost the entire woods was a graveyard.
Yeah.
And
Now it's got horses in it.
does it?
Yeah.
I've just been to the edge by the 17th Maine monument this time. I usually like to go in there a little ways. There's no trail in there, or is there a trail to the monument to the guy from the Caldwell's division? You know what I'm talking about? The little flat monument, Brooks Brigade. It's just to one guy, like a Captain Fuller.
Yeah.
Captain Fuller. And I found it just stumbling into it. Like I was like, I know it's out here, but I don't know if there's a path that goes to it.
It's since it's not visited a lot, you're not getting it trampled down. The way I found it when I went in from the southern side, as soon as I crossed over the little bridge over the creek, I followed the creek down and around.
Okay, because it is right off the creek.
You couldn't see the trail, and like you, I just stumbled on it. It's like a flag. Okay, here it is.
There's one more monument that I've never been to. It is where the first Minnesota charged in. There's like a tree, little swale of trees in there,
Yes.
and I you know that monument I'm talking about. I don't know if there's a. I don't think there's a path to that one. And is there?
Yeah, let me see if I can bring it.
The park's starting to wake up. People going down to the Devil's Den down there. Man, one more day. Should I squeeze one more day out of this?
Yeah, for me,
Why
I
the
just
hell
try
not?
to take like a lot of off the wall. You know.
Oh yeah, some unconventional shots.
Sure. Like the 54th New York.
54th New York.
Okay.
First day?
Yes.
The 11th Corps, maybe?
Most of them, when the 54th fell back, they went on Wainwright Avenue.
You got
Okay.
me at this point.
It's over near Culp's Hill. When you
Okay.
come out.
Right.
All right. 30. You got the 33 Rock for the 33rd Massachusetts.
Saw that yesterday.
Right? And if you go right instead of left, that'll take you to some other monuments.
Okay.
And the 54th, I believe, has the main monument there. But on Barlow Knoll, they have this little tiny stone, a marker. You have to walk down through the field. So when you see like the cannon on the top of it, you'll see woods maybe 80, 100 yards away. And there's like a only noticeable little path is a deer trail. And you just follow this deer trail in about 20 yards. You know, if you hit the creek, you went too far.
Okay.
And then there's a little clearing, and it's overgrown, but there are little placards in there. which
Okay.
is a pretty good one.
I like to find those ones that nobody knows about.
Now down at the fourth main, I'll look for this other one. Here's that rock. Okay, and you can see like the fourth main pretty
Oh
deep.
wow, yeah, yeah.
I always bring chalk when I do a walk.
Nice. Really see it there.
That water soluble, so it washes off.
Yes, sir.
So you can find nice little things like that, and it's
Yeah, the rock carvings is a really cool aspect of the battlefield. The one that's a Coble on Spangler Spring.
Yes.
My goodness.
yeah,
That's a powerful one right there. The guy's like, yeah, this is where I stood right here.
yeah, I know.
Hey, Blue Jay.
You'll be surprised how many people do not know that one.
Yeah. No, I'm many years deep into my my study. my first visit was 1988. I was 20. Me and my buddy, we were blown away. You know.
Yeah, 24th Michigan one up there.
Hey, Mount Everest is the other way.
Oh, here it is. Colonel Willard.
Okay.
It is.
Nice.
That's the one you're looking for. But as you can tell, it does have a clearance. When you're at the Pennsylvania Monument, and the two front
Yeah,
cannon,
that's the one.
you'll see like a path going down alongside a fence line.
Okay.
And if you follow that down, it'll go down, it starts veering to the left, and then it'll cut right into the woods for you.
Okay. I'm gonna try that. There'll be nobody there, I'm sure. Even no matter what time of day. In terms of that place.
Yeah, that's just one of the ones that nobody knows.
And even went to a battery, Malbone Watson. Remember that name, Malbone? So that's in the area, also south. And if you go park by Trossel Barn, it's you can walk this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's not far. It's a little path. It's just one I'd never been to. This is my 13th visit. Sounds low now, but since '88, so it's spread out.
Okay, yeah. Now, have you ever seen the cracked cannon?
It
Battery Eye?
sounds familiar, but I don't recall right now.
Okay, you know where they have, like for the, I think his last name was Paulson. And he was the last survivor of the Union Army, just past the Bryan Farm.
Whoa.
You'll see a statue of an old gentleman, an old gentleman.
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
there. Okay, he's Paulson. He was the very last survivor of the Union Army. Okay? Now you have two battery monuments. You do before you hit Hayes.
Right.
By this guy. If you look at the very last cannon, the barrel bulge, and people say, oh yeah, look at that barrel bulge. That's weird. If you look underneath it, you'll see a crack about this long, about that wide.
I do recall that. That was in firing it, right? That happened here,
I don't
or
know.
it might not have. There's no actual
I really don't know.
provenance.
I keep telling myself, get the serial number, find out where this was.
That would be
to see
awesome.
where it happened.
I'm sure. I can't believe somebody hasn't already done that.
I know. I know. My buddy Randy.
Tim Smith,
No,
Gary, somebody was like, "Hey, we need to know. Did this happen here?"
I asked Christopher Gwynn that.
Oh, another good one.
And I was like, and he was doing a talk with Scott Hardwick.
Oh, I just bought his Antietam books,
Yep.
the recent ones.
Yep. And I'm sitting there listening, and I totally forgot to ask him.
Get
Yeah, I
entranced. There's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Such a gracious guy, very nice, and I forgot it. I got home, my wife's like, did you ask him? I'm like, no.
What's it going to be if there's not a few mysteries left out there to chase down, right?
Yeah.
Well, the plan was to actually leave. As soon as I get back to the hotel, I'll get breakfast and leave town, head back to St. Louis, but I do not want to do that.
Yeah.
Especially after talking to you, you're like, no, you can find some quieter places. And I was really disillusioned yesterday with the crowds had me beat down. I was like, man, this is, I like the nice,
Every day I'm out here, right before sunrise, get ready for a nice 2-mile walk. And,
awesome.
it's just,
This is your spot that you're always like, is this like the Park Service has, you work as a volunteer?
No, I just, I'm an old veteran.
Okay.
I
right
am.
on.
And
Thank
when
you.
I see trash around, I just pick it up. It's just like, I
Gotcha.
don't-
Well, it's very nice of you.
disrespectful, I think.
Yes.
You know, here, so yeah, I carry trash, you know, little bags and just pick up trash. Enjoy my walk. Meet people like you that, you know. So it makes it nice.
Awesome, man.
But
So-
down here,
Okay.
if you go, it's just nice, you know, seeing not obvious things.
Yes, sir.
And you're the first person that I've met that knows about, you know, up here for Vincent and Hazlitt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was
I've seen people walk around and
so unknown.
everything else, and it's just.
Well, I can thank Tim Smith for all the hours he had me out on the battlefield. And he's a huge rock carving guy, and also told me about Vincent. And I wish I. Go ahead.
Have you ever gone to the bookstore for the historian?
Where's that?
You know where Gallery 30 is?
I do not.
It's right in the center of town. If you go from here, hit the circle, you go down Chambersburg Road, headed towards Route 15 and all.
Uh huh.
And it's right there on the left. There's the Irish store, Route 15, and all that stuff out that way.
Okay.
But it's the first block in town. And they have some great reading material.
Oh wow! I didn't even see these yesterday. That one on the right there. I'm trying to. This is the huge, the massive, awesome painting.
Yeah.
Wow! 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 I saw this on the video when they reopened, but to see it in person, man, my friend I would have loved to have her see this. It's man, oh man.
Yeah, they really did a nice job up here.
It's fantastic. So it was closed for 2 years, right?
Just about.
Wow.
Maybe a year and a half. I know a lot of people were getting antsy for it to open up again.
16th Main, is this the 16th Main? I didn't, I don't know. If we're here and
Right.
like 44th, and here's the 20th.
Yeah, that's the 20th.
20th bended back. And then the 83rd and 44th and the 16th. They're showing the 16th in the act of kind of breaking up.
Yeah.
Not fair to those boys.
No.
Well, look, this is what happened.
Oh,
They're out in the open.
I read it a couple months ago.
That was
I don't remember the regiment, but they were called the Harper's Ferry Cowards.
Willard's Brigade, the Vermonters.
I can't remember.
I believe that they're up by the Angle because they wind up doing something really impressive at the Angle.
They were like 70% loss.
Wow.
I mean, that's like, yeah, these guys were not cowards.
No. It's so unfair to say anything like that to
Yeah.
these guys. And even if you run one day, it doesn't mean you didn't come back the next day and then stick it out. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Everybody's facing that feeling.
The point is, it wasn't that they ran. The commander of the brigade, him and his staff took off and just left them.
I mean, what do you do when you see that happen? I mean, it's got to be every man for himself after that.
And it's like, wait a minute, you got maybe 1,100 men. They're fairly green troops. And they're going against Jackson's Corps.
Have you ever been to Shiloh?
No.
Okay, so that's 5 hours from where I live now. Been there many times. There's a famous regiment, the 53rd Ohio, that they kept sending messages back to Sherman saying, we think there's troops out here. And Sherman's like, oh, if you're that scared, take your damn regiment back to Ohio. Okay.
146, I think it is.
Okay. Nice spot right in front of the rock formation with the Warren statue. But anyhow, in a similar thing, that commander ran away and he actually said the words, retreat and save yourselves.
Yeah.
And he was cashiered out of the service after that. But But many of the troops did stay and continue to fight after he said that,
Yeah.
which was amazing. 53rd Ohio, 146 New York. From this position, Major General Meade observed the battle for a time on July 3rd. Wow, I'm not sure if I knew that. Wow. So General Meade down here trying to take it under. I guess that was before pick a charge. Otherwise, it would say that. Wow.
Yeah, they got some.
Something on the back of this one?
I don't recall.
Oh yeah, just the casualty listings. Yeah, these guys get they don't get the major attention on Little Round Top. This brigade here. Ah, the voice there. They're arriving.
That's just pretty much like a nice little platform where you can get a good view of the Valley of Death here. And,
Yes, sir.
it's,
Is there an area of the battle that you're kind of most interested in now? Is there an aspect or area of the battle or battlefield that you're most interested in now?
not really.
For the longest time for me, it was like just the first day. Just wanted to understand the first day completely. Then it became the wheat field.
Yeah.
I still never hardly go to Seminary Ridge, like the Confederate line. I guess I'm a Union guy through and through.
Yeah. Now, God, I can't. All right. You know, like right over here,
Uh-huh.
right where you turn in to come in. Of course, you got the little lane going up to the house.
Right.
Okay. And there's, I can't remember the monuments that are there, but there's like 4 of them.
Yes.
All right. But if you go to the barn and head into them woods that are right over there off to the,
Is that Wykert's Woods or Spangler? I forget. But I got you. Those
whatever
woods.
the little farm is, right in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it's not Fuller's, it's somebody else's. There's a carving in there on a rock.
Okay.
Did you ever see that?
No,
Oh,
not that one.
okay. If you want to do that, I'll take you, meet you, like, we'll park there and walk in.
We
It's
can't walk
absolutely
there?
wonderful. I can't remember the man's name though. But it's something nobody goes to. Put
Okay,
it that
that's
way.
something
there
I
are
missed
some
too.
diehards because I always see fresh flags there. And the way I found that over in this brush of woods is the 31st Pennsylvania 6 PA Reserves,
Mm-hmm.
and my third great grandfather was in that regiment.
Wow.
So he was over here, and that I found through this guy Randy's little website,
Wow. Okay.
and it's absolutely like, wow, I never knew this.
Sounds
they
like something
card the
I
man's
need to
name in
check
it.
out.
That's where he fell. He was shot over here. They left him here because the guy who was helping him got killed carrying him.
Well,
So Confederates, when they came through there, they just left him there because while they were fighting, and when
Right.
they were retreating, they couldn't do nothing. And when his regiment came back, the story goes that they carved it like this is where he fell. We buried him by this rock. This way, the family, when they came to find the body, they were able to find it.
sure.
So
Wow.
it's like it was just really.
That's
neat
up
to
the trail
see.
towards the house?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's-
I always feel weird walking up there because I know people live there, right? But it's on the battlefield.
Right. No, it's really.
I get
fun.
confused of what to do, whether I should, it feels like you're on somebody's property, but,
No, if you want to do that, we'll do that. That's.
well, I mean, look, man, I was up for just exploring the hill aspects that haven't seen yet, the new part of the trail.
Mhm.
So I think the trail that I saw down there on Wheatfield Road, that the trail starts down there. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. But every spot was taken when I drove past that.
Yeah.
But I think this trail then must wind up down there or something.
Yeah. These just come to here. It's real simple.
Oh, this is okay.
Like I said, with Upton, Nobody goes to him. It's just like, I don't know if they consider it not Little Round Top. It is.
This is the only battlefield that I know of with the flank that has flank markers, right? That's pretty sure. Pretty cool touch. As far as accurate as they can be with them. Zoom back out a little bit. 155th Pennsylvania. Got the Zouave garb.
If you can ever get here on a nice clear day at sundown with nobody around you, for some reason, if you're standing in front of this, it looks like it's gold.
Oh,
That'd
be wild.
It's awesome.
Oh man, it's quiet Sunday.
My wife and I, like, when we come up here, especially at Christmas time, and I said, nobody's here. It's bitter cold. Just sit up here with a cup of coffee.
Right.
Watch the sun go down between the South Mountain Ridge. Awesome.
Sounds good to me, man.
So you may have to move here.
I mean, the last time I went back and I said it to my parents who were getting up there in age, and they were like, "You cannot leave us. You're too old. You're the only son we got right now. We can't." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
My dad's 87. I have not.
Oh, he's right there.
All right. Okay.
Where's that?
Well, that's not far.
No. Just another one of the things people don't look at.
Well, of course, the 20th Maine has taken the spot of what everybody thinks of. And well, I mean, they did play a big part here, but you know, Tim Smith will tell you he's not a big fan of of the whole how the 20th Maine has become just the story.
Well,
you know,
Chamberlain was a great orator.
he was, and he was controlling how the history was being laid down.
Yeah.
I remember Tim Smith telling me, he goes, "Do you know who held the far right of the line?" And I said, "No." He goes, "The 137th New York." "And do you know what happened to them?" I said, "No." He goes, "They were flanked. You know what they did?" I said, "No." He said, "They bent their line back," just like Chamberlain.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I didn't know that. Colonel David Ireland, 137th New York. So then I made sure I got out there.
Yeah.
But Tim, yeah, he gets hot about certain things. He's funny as hell.
Oh,
I'm sure you've met him at the time, or
I met him when first time we met him. It was in that bookstore for the historian. My wife was looking at Adams County, Gettysburg in photos, right?
mm-hmm.
He walked by and he goes, "Dear, don't look at that." I said, "Why?" And he goes, "A lot of it's junk." Don't get that.
One thing about Tim, he does not hold his opinion. I love that guy. Yeah, this is something, I don't know that I've ever stood in front of this.
And on the front, or opposite side, I should say, they have a little plaque with him on it.
So Upton became big like in the later part of the war, right, where he became more famous. So they're just saying, "Hey, he was here as a colonel of a regiment," which is pretty wild.
And then people go, "Oh, didn't he disobey orders?" Yeah, and if he didn't, you wouldn't have nothing. They would have went right through here. And I was just like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Awesome, man. I brought gloves, but didn't put them on. Oh yeah, we got the Wayside over here. Let's check that out. So we got the frost on the grass until the sun hits it for a while. 98th Pennsylvania, no, 98th Pennsylvania. I was gonna say 88th. I know those guys. Not as familiar with the 98th. Philadelphia boys. I'm always fascinated with the guys re-enlisted as veterans, you know, like after they saw how hard it was going to be, how horrific it was, and their enlistment ran out. They were like, they could have went home. They did their service. Like, no, re-enlisted as veterans, and it's like, damn, that blows me away. Like, a lot of these regiments did go home when their enlistments ran out, and why would you give them any, crap over that? It's like they were in it, man.
It's something else.
Yeah, man.
I forget what battery that is. I don't know.
These guys came here after the main fighting on Little Round Top. No. So I know about this, the charge of the reserve. So this is really the end of the story of the Wheatfield fight, right?
Yeah.
Because the troops was Wofford, I think. They were headed this way after the regulars, did their thing. So then these guys were then stopping that charge.
From what I understand.
Well, it's an awesome picture right there of these guys. Photographed in June of 1863, Maron. So just less than a month later, they were here. On Ayers Avenue. Huh? There's a bunch of ducks going off down there. Man, oh man, they really did a good job with their new exhibits and stuff.
Yeah, well, you've seen them placards, how they were just ripping apart.
Yeah, over time, I guess, it's bound to happen, but that's what they got to do, these things. A couple of cars out, top of the valley. Oh, hello. Battery L, First Ohio Light. Are you familiar with a lot of the batteries in there? Like if I told you Battery I, First Ohio Light, would you know who that is?
Isn't that up over near Corby's? I think.
Well,
Hancock Avenue.
I believe that is Hubert Dilger or Dilger, the guy who was in 11th Corps who was like in the streets of the town, like, unlimbering and firing at the Confederates. I think he unlimbered in the town square. Yeah. I mean, and Tim always really put that picture in my head of, he says, you got to imagine thousands of people running through the streets of the town, like running for their lives. And these Confederates are running after them and shooting at them. And some Union guys are stopping to turn and shoot, and some are just running. Yeah. And that really stuck with me, his description of that. Yeah. So, people drive through the town, they don't really think that this was a place that was people were running for their lives. Thousands and thousands of people running for their lives. But and he took me to Coster's mural. It had just gone up. It was like gone up for, I guess it was up 4 years. But he took me there. That was pretty cool. Good old Tim.
Yeah. So what else was it? You know the 7-Eleven that's up there? It's right on Washington Street and Chambersburg Road.
I didn't see it this time, or luckily, thankfully.
Okay. Well, you know how, like with the movie and a lot of books, people always say, well, Buford was over at the seminary. All right?
Right.
His actual headquarters were in the Eagle Hotel, which used to sit right where the 7-Eleven was.
Oh, you mean by the Jenny Waite house, basically? Is that what? No.
No. If you go to the town square.
Oh, okay.
And go west.
Okay.
Chambersburg Road.
Yeah.
The next block at that light on your right will be a 7-Eleven.
I didn't even say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things
That's where Buford's headquarters. I've heard of the Eagle Hotel.
Yep, and that was it. That was the old thing, you know. And here's something. Look at these cuts.
What's that all about? Just
No idea. I just took notice of it. That's
yeah, they're put in there very systematically, and I don't know if they had to do with the placing of the monument.
Huh.
Tim Smith would. Let me get him over here. He's the big rock guy. I remember him saying, "Me and Gary, our thing is rocks." That's our thing. Is like finding, identifying rocks and identifying photographs and.
Yeah. There you go. Captain F.C. Gibbs.
Yeah, forgive me, Mr. Gibbs. I know very little to nothing about what you did here. I'll remedy that. You know that. I got all the books. I just got to look it up. Yeah. Oops, let's go this way. Shrink it up a little. And we got a flank marker over here. As we were just up there. Flank marker right there. Dare we stay one more day? Why the hell not? When the hell's the next time I'm going to get out to Gettysburg? I'm just talking to myself. I'm trying to convince myself to stay one more day. Right flank 155th. Okay, this is the military crest, all right? I mean, it won't be long and the people will start to be coming up here.
Yeah.
I appreciate the tour, man.
Yeah. Now, do you want to try to find that rock?
Why not?
Okay.
It's a place I've never been to. It sounds really interesting.
Yep, I'll bring chalk. You can get like a before and after shot.
Do we need to drive down there, or we can walk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right where that truck is right now.
Gotcha.
We'll just take that little road, park over the bridge somewhere, and head over in there.
Alrighty.
And you'll appreciate this because once you look at the man's name, you know, you can read the story about him.
Yes, sir.
And it's one of them things ain't nobody go through.
Well, we're gonna fix that.
Just like when you said about the little Thor monument.
Did we see this one?
Yeah, that's the,
How come I don't remember the Blue Cross? Oh, 88th Pennsylvania. I mean 98th. Faking me out. I just didn't see the front. That blue stands out. 98th. And there's their view. Okay. Well, it's good exercise, and one of the benefits, I get more walking here than I ever do back home. It's to Upton. The sun now cresting up. Okay.
So, when we moved here, I started getting some good walks in. I lost a full waist size and 12 pounds.
Well, sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, I recorded so many videos the last few days, and at Antietam, my storage was full. I had no more room to have to deleting stuff. All right. What's that one? As I pretend that I'm not trying to catch my breath. Do you know what that one is?
No.
How dare you, sir? I'm just gonna take a little gander over there. Hate to miss one that I'm gonna just wind up driving past. Fifth Corps. This is Sykes Division. Barnes Ayres. Crawford. Artillery Brigade under Martin. All right. So all the divisions have stone ones like that. Pretty cool.
Yeah, with your brigade, with the placards.
Right, right.
And one thing I've noticed a couple months ago, with the placards that are for the brigades, the Confederate design is different from the Union.
A slight difference?
Yes.
Does it look close from afar?
If you look at the top, the Union are more like going out and up and over.
Right.
Where the Confederates, when they come in, they just go around.
Gotcha.
What's the difference here? Really pointed it out.
She had the eye for it.
For me being observant.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars up there, including mine. Oh, and including yours too, I guess.
Yeah, mine's a big one there. One thing that I've found extremely useful, I'll show you the mountain reserve here, is the park map. Not the little one they hand out free.
Right.
You buy them in the visitor center. That has all the locations of every mine.
I'm looking for that. Where is that? What is that? The McElfresh map?
What's that?
Is it like I used to have these maps made by McElfresh Company, and they listed every monument and marker, and it wasn't made on paper, it was made on like a stronger.
Yes. Yeah, I'll still take that right here.
Okay, cool.
And it's oh, they're great. You know?
Yeah, hell yeah. I was wishing I had it with me on this trip.
And with this, the one thing that this is an older one. Oh, it's in here somewhere. I always carry those binoculars.
That's the one.
That's great.
That is the one. And they sell it at the visitor center?
That's where I got this.
I don't know how I missed it this time.
Oh, I'm like,
Got all your notes in there. I love it.
yeah, like there's a little 54th one. Nobody goes to it because, as you can see, you got to walk down.
That's the one I want to go to also. There'll be nobody out there.
Go. If
Hell
you've
yeah.
never been there, it's nice because you.
You say there is no path or there is a path?
There's really no path. It's like a deer trail. So I just
Okay.
did like a compass hanging ahead of it.
It's just short of the creek,
Yeah, because the
Rock Creek.
Yeah, because here's the creek. You know, Rock Creek right there. You know, but when you walk in and you head more to the northeast, it's only yay big.
Okay.
Nobody sees the damn thing.
And what's up there?
That's Jones's battery.
They were firing onto Barlow's Knoll.
Yeah, you know, not just Barlow's Knoll, but also down through the town.
Wow.
Now, one of the better things is if you head out here, okay? Now, you know where the first shot marker is?
I do.
If you go maybe 2 blocks, over here you'll see a salvage yard. It's called A&A Salvage.
Okay.
They have a marker out there. Nobody ever goes to the thing. Everybody thinks, oh, where is it? Like right here. I'll go see the 26th Pennsylvania Militia.
The little guy.
Okay, that's a nice big monument in front of the hotel.
Oh, isn't that what like?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, so you have that. But out here at this A&A Salvage, the 26th Militia from June 26th, when they met, what was it, Early?
Yeah.
When he first came into town, that's where they met them. Confederates formed a battle line, and they took off because they were nothing but old men, young kids, school students. You know, and they're like,
They weren't ready for the
okay,
Army of
goodbye.
Northern Virginia.
Nobody goes for that.
Yeah.
And it's just right there by the mailbox for the salvage yard.
Mm-hmm.
You park across the street, you go over and check it out.
Okay.
It's one of them little unknown things.
Yes, sir. Unknown by me for sure.
Now, for what we'll do, there's a crap writing all over here.
Oh, well
Right
used.
in here. Okay, that's the 35th,
All right.
Pennsylvania. Okay, well, I don't have a pen, but like right under the W here,
Right.
that, you know, the WEI or whatever, right in there, this is that rock we're gonna go see.
Okay.
At all. And it's, nobody goes, nobody knows. I find all this stuff out and I'll write down that website for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, am I following you down there?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
You get the chalk out.
You lead the way, sir.
Yeah, and
Take your time getting
we're
in.
just going down, hanging a left,
Taking a left.
hanging another left. Yeah. Okay, we got chalk already.
You got it? 'Cause I didn't bring mine this time. Or any time.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Just in case. I'll give my wife a buzz real quick here.
Okay. Take a quick look. Third brigade. That's weed.
There you go.
Weeds Brigade.
See the top?
Yeah.
There you go. Confederate, like I said, they're flatter.
Little-
It's not up and arched out like that.
All right.
Yeah, it's one of them little goofy damn things, huh?
All righty. Well, this is interesting. Wow. Well, didn't get to do any smoke because this stumbled into the sky as soon as I got out of the car, but here we go. We're gonna go. He's gonna call his wife real quick. I'm ready. He's talking to